Yo! What's happening, everybody? We're back with another episode of Too Much Fantasy Football. We're walking the wire today. It's week 13. We're checking out some waivers, and it's Brian. It's Brennen. We're here to have some fun. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing pretty good, just on the hunt for playoffs, and we're just trying to get the ball rolling here.
Absolutely. New faces, new places over here on the Too Much Fantasy Football YouTube channel. So if you hop in, appreciate having you. If you're over there on Twitch or Twitter, thanks for having you as well. Drop any comments, any questions you have in there, or just rant. Maybe week 12 didn't go well for you. You just got to get something off your chest. We're here to do that for you. And yeah, probably talk about some waiver wire pickups. Talk about some start sits coming up into the three games we have Thursday and the one on Friday.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, nice 4 day slate for us. That's not too shabby. Not too shabby. Not going to work, staying here, hanging out, hopefully scoring some points.
I could see Thanksgiving like just genuinely ruining a lot of people's like day just because of football. Because like it
Mm-hmm.
is like Lions and Packers started off, which that's a good amount of chunk of fantasy football right there. And then Chiefs Cowboys, and then Ravens Bengals with Joe back. Like I could just see a lot of people's Thanksgivings just ruined.
These are going to be harder situations just as far as the start sit. I mean, what's the saying? When in doubt, Thursday out. Maybe not this
Can't do
week.
that. Nope, can't do that this week.
So yeah, you might have some pressing situations. You're not sure who to play. I usually lean to play those guys because you never know what's going to happen when it comes to Sunday, whether it's like some freak injury, some oh my gosh, I got to make a pivot. So yeah, we got a lot of decisions to make here coming up this week.
I treat Thanksgiving like a Sunday. I can't treat it like a Thursday game because it's just there's too many players.
Yeah, totally get that. Hey, even the DFS lineups on Thursday. It's pretty meaty. What do we have? We got a 49 point over under 52, 52, and then 44 and a half on Friday. So, there should be some points, there should be some excitement. TBD if we actually get that though. I guess just kind of going over some injuries here. The Baker shoulder injury looks like we're getting back that it shouldn't be too bad of an injury. Where is your alarm on this one?
I think my alarm is that like it's his non-throwing shoulder. So, but he just looked in pain on that heave, which I don't think he's going to throw the deep ball now. I think it'll be a lot of short passes. He'll be probably drugged up on some nice pain meds.
Oh yeah.
I think this really hurts Igbuka. Like if I could pivot, I would like to. I don't know if you have other options to, but that's where I'd like to pivot away. Like, and then also, I mean, Bucky comes back, so it does help things. Well, he's supposed to practice this week, so let me make that clear. He's not. I can't guarantee that he plays, but it'd be nice if he practiced and played.
Yeah, of course, we might get Bucky back this week after all of this shenanigans there. The whole team is going to be hurt and injured, but you know what? It's okay. It's okay. We got Bucky back.
Yeah.
So I guess Abuka, are there any pivots that you would be making like this week or like, early in the week for him? Um, I mean, like Xavier Worthy, would you be looking that direction against this horrible secondary for the Cowboys?
Yeah, I'd lean towards Xavier Worthy and over Igbuka just because I'm just scared of the injury. I think, and it's a Thursday. It should be a fun game. That Cowboys Chiefs game should be a good over under. It should be a high scoring game in my opinion.
Yeah, Kansas City right now favored by 3 points, 52 and a half. Pacheco, we just got word a little bit ago he will be playing in this game. So, like, are you just out on the running backs then?
It's just
Looking at
gross.
that?
It's just like Kareem Hunt was actually like kind of made it, a decent back to own, and now he's back. He just muddies the water, and I want no part of it because he'll probably have 10 attempts. Kareem will have like 9 or 11, and then Brashard will have a couple, and it's just nobody wants. It's just again, Kareem is still worth owning because he's the goal line back. I would still start Kareem regardless
His ceiling is
if you
just
need to.
severely capped.
Yeah,
Because I doubt he's getting 30 touches there with Pacheco back like he did this
hmm
past week against the Colts.
Also, I think the Chiefs might be without their premier guard Trey Smith because he rolled his ankle. I don't know if I don't know. Only thing I've been seeing is Xavier or Roshi Rice is expected to practice today.
Yeah, I saw Monday he got the would have been limited out there if that happens. Yeah, Trey Smith's been banged up most of the season, so wouldn't be surprised if we finally do miss some time. Nursing an ankle injury, both high and low ankle sprains.
Hmm.
Expected to miss some time, Ian Rappaport said yesterday. So, yeah, he could be out, which is It's definitely not in the favor of the Chiefs there, not at all.
No.
Let me talk about a guy coming off a bye week here. Chris Rodriguez, looking pretty good over the last couple weeks for the Commanders. They have an insane schedule going forward. This week, though, Sunday Night Football, it's a little rougher going up against Denver. But last couple games, RB 29, 34, 15, scored a touchdown in 2 of the 3. Is he a player you're going to be looking for going forward, or?
With no buys, no, not this week, and especially against Denver. Maybe the following week, so their schedule opens up to a better, team to run against. I would avoid any Commanders players at all in this game.
Yeah, Denver this week. After that, you get Minnesota, and then the Giants, Philly, and then Dallas coming through there. We got a little chat here. What's happening, Galaxy Pickers? How we doing? What's up? Trade Lamb, Judkins for JSN. Roster is JT, Judkins, Marks, Harvey. We got Tootin, and then Lamb, London, Odunze, Diggs. I have first round bye.
Well, congrats on the bye.
Yeah, nice that you got that wrapped up already.
So JT is your running back. You have Marks. So it'd be JT, Harvey. Marks is like a third option there because you're getting rid of Judkins and Lamb. So now it'd be JSN, Odunze, and Diggs as your wide receivers because London, I just don't know what to expect when he comes back. I mean, you're getting the better player. It's tough to say because like you have a bye, but JSN's just been so good. And you have JT and JSN. You have the two like onesie positions, or like I would say at the rank of it. I would say go for JSN for me.
It's a rough. I say rough. It's rough to pull the trigger just because you're giving up 2 great pieces. Lamb and Judkins are awesome. Judkins probably RB2 rest of the season. Lamb up there the middle to high end wide receiver 1. But JSN, historic pace is what he's looking at. I think I'd pull the trigger.
I think he might be on pace to beat the record, right? Like he's got to be like that close.
Yeah, I believe he now is on the pace. Just with that 17th game, he'll be able to. If he keeps it up, he should pass it. I think it's 90 scrimmage yards is what he's had in every single game this year.
So Judkins has for the playoffs, and he has a bye. So it's Buffalo and Pitt would be his matchups. Yeah, I would do it. I'd make the trade for JSN. I just think you get the better player. You have a little bit of depth. Like, I mean, Harvey's going to be an okay RB2 for the rest of the year, but JT and JSN are they can just put up 50 bombs, 40 bombs even. So
a couple of linchpins there for you, the offense. Yeah, if you want to optimize to be able to have the best lineup, I think that's a good pick. I'd pull it off.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate you there, Galaxy, for the question. Anybody else have anything or got anything else for us, man? Hit us up. We're here. We're hanging out with you for the next hour here on the Fantasy Football Advice Network's Twitter and Too Much Fantasy Football's YouTube page. I forget where we're at sometimes, but that's fine. That's fine.
Brian, we have great news.
Oh, we got great news. We got news.
Hampton is back at practice.
My goodness. Do we have a... That's the best thing we've got for you, but that's absolutely fantastic news for too many of my teams. Hampton's coming back this week, and a great matchup against the Raiders, too.
Oh, my God. I've been living off of, like, Bam Knight, Chris Rodriguez, like, Samaje Perine backs just because of how hurt I've been.
Rashad White's. Yeah, it's been gross out there for some of the
so
running.
Gross.
Come on, Vidal. We can go ahead and... I mean, at this point, he's nothing more than a handcuff, or do you think he's worked into the snap share a little bit?
I think, like, if Hampton's back this week, he will be utilized a little bit just so they can get Hampton's feet wet again. But then after, I would say, like, 2 weeks, it's just going to be what we saw previously. Hampton's the lead back, and it's like a 70-30 split.
So they've lost, 17 linemen since the last time Omari and Hampton played? How do you see him coming back to this offensive line that is a bit hampered here?
I think he's utilized in the similar of that, like, game. I think it was, like, the Commanders game where, like, everyone was hurt, but he still was getting a ton of touches, and then he got out on that freakish injury. That's how I still expect him to get utilized in the receiving game, rushing game. It might not be pretty how it is, but, like, yeah, 12 attempts, 44 yards, six catches for 26 yards. I expect to be kind of similar with a touchdown in there. I just think he's perfect for where I drafted him and what he's been so far.
Marion Hampton, he gets Vegas this week. Then after that, Philly, Kansas City in the first week of the playoffs. And then Dallas and Houston to finish it off. So Not exactly a cakewalk. He's got two
Great
juicy
semifinals,
matchups.
horrific finals.
Yeah, if you got a first round bye with him, you're looking good because you walk into the first week for you in Dallas, and then you have to play him against Houston. Like, there's no way you're going to be sitting your boy there against Houston despite the
No,
bad matchup.
I can't.
Oh, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Glad to see it, though. Rashawn White, Trey Benson, other running backs, we're looking to see if they come back from injury this week. Have you seen any news on Trey Benson yet?
No, I just heard he's day to day. Like there's just been nothing like I think we won't find anything out till tomorrow, to be honest with you, just because they probably practice Wednesday and then Friday or whatever.
Most recent report is Trey Benson could dominate backfield touches if he returns from injury. Yeah, we
Yeah.
get that. We get he'll dominate, but when is
When
this
will it
domination
happen?
coming?
Yeah.
Arizona, what is their rest of the season schedule? He'll have Tampa Bay, good matchup. The Rams next week, not a good matchup. And then Houston, Atlanta, and Cincinnati. So again, if you get through that first round of the playoffs, Trey Benson is quite getting Cincinnati in the championship game.
Oh, that'd be great.
Ooh, buddy.
Trey McBride in the championship game is probably gonna go bonkers then.
Jacoby Brissett as a stream 2 quarterback in the championship game. Like, is that going to be?
No.
If you've got Lamar going against Green Bay, are you putting Brissett in there against Cincinnati instead?
Do you have the stones to bench Lamar for Jacoby Brissett in a championship matchup?
After these last 3 weeks? Oh no, I don't know. I mean, yeah. I guess what's your take here on Lamar coming into this Thursday game?
If he doesn't have like a very good game in a sense of just like what like that Dolphins game, that Thursday night Dolphins game was like, all right, if he can have that, I'm okay, just because he can get it done throwing. Because everyone forgets Lamar's a really good passer.
Yeah,
Like I'm okay if he can throw the football and still throw touchdowns and he gets a little bit yards here and there. 'Cause he does have he's a toe injury, right? Is that what it was?
yeah.
Or foot?
Toe injury. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, technically
so,
both.
turf toe, so hot.
But I mean, yeah, Lamar, he's only got 2 games with interception this year. I mean, he's only played 8 games of the possible 11 he could have played. But yeah, great passer. Absolutely great passer. Just the last 2 weeks, he hasn't thrown a touchdown. Only 1 touchdown in his last 3 games.
They're winning games, so it doesn't really matter, I guess.
Yeah, no kidding. Talk about a freaking 5-game win streak. I kind of forgot that they're slowly doing that right now.
Yeah. Galaxy pickers, do we think Kirko peppers London when he gets back? So Galaxy, I would say look up the times that Kirko has played with Drake London besides the Tampa Bay games and look at what wide receiver he was. I think it's like the highest he finished was like wide receiver 21. I'm not saying it can't change. I'm not saying that, they can make the offense better with one another, but my guess is that I would temper expectations with London with Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, looking more at London as a low-end wide receiver 1. He has the upside. He 100% has the skill, the upside to do it. But yeah, never had a double-digit touchdown game with Kirk Cousins. I guess he just did it twice with Michael Penix, but still, that was half a season.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. I really don't like Drake London if he comes back this week, somewhere right around there, wide receiver 10, 12 for you.
Yeah, that'd be like the hope. That'd be like the most if he could do that, I'd be so happy.
Because Mooney had a decent day last week as far as action.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, he didn't. It was just the yardage. That's right. It was only 3
Just the
catches,
yardage, yeah.
74 yards and a touchdown. I was thinking he had more. It was 7 targets the week prior, though.
Yeah. I sand it. 3847 got offered to trade Josh Jacobs for Judkins and Diggs. Good deal, full point PPR. Ooh. I'm a Jacobs guy.
No. I think I'd rather have Jacobs.
I think I'd rather have Jacobs too, unless you really need the depth for running back and a wide receiver. I think it's just a matter of what your team's at. If you really need depth, then yes. But if not, I would keep Jacobs.
Yeah, Jacobs is at least 1, if not 2 tiers above Judkins for me, especially in the full PPR format. Judkins just doesn't catch balls. He's had a couple of games with a few, but Josh Jacobs, he sees way more action there. And then Diggs, man, what happened? Kayshon Boutte comes back this past week, and I believe he was below 50% snap share. Stephon Diggs was, absolutely just obliterated the hope that we had in him. I think he's going to be a boom-bust kind of guy, a volatile wide receiver 3. Probably rank him as a wide receiver 2 each week, but
I'd probably rank him as a 2 and hope he finishes a 2. And also, it's funny enough for Judkins since, obviously, they're very, very small sample size, but Shedeur has not thrown a completed pass to Judkins. He had 2 attempts in the Baltimore game, and he had 0 attempts to him in the Vegas game. So, not saying it's a trend. Like, I can't predict Shedeur doesn't check down the ball, but it just seems as if like that's not an option. I think Sampson will be involved more too.
Yeah, Sampson's shown the viability there as a pass catcher. I mean, of course, he had the lone touchdown catch this past week, but like they have very different skill sets. That's why they drafted them both this year. They play pretty good complementary ball.
Yeah. Other news, I guess Falcons head coach Raheem Morris, which I don't even think he'll be the coach next year, so it's kind of hard for him to make this comment. Says that the Michael Penix injury could force the Falcons to make some different plans this offseason. Like, I think Jameis Winston's going to be a hot commodity. I think the Vikings will be after him. I think the Falcons will. I think a lot of the teams that are like on that fringe of QB, like the Cardinals, like if they trade away Kyle, like I could see Jameis Winston being a very hot commodity, or even Jacoby Brissett too.
I was going to say, what are your thoughts on Jacoby Brissett just like re-signing another year deal with the Cardinals? Like, I don't think that's out of the realm of possibilities at this point.
I don't think so either, but I also think it caps their ceiling. And I think like this management and the head coach, like I don't know if Gannon is a coach at the end of the year. Like, what's your temperature on that?
The only reason I could see them keeping him is like, all right, let's just keep him one more season with Brissett, aiming to get a high draft pick, and then we can him after that. Because it is discouraging when you go into essentially that like rebuilding year or that teardown year with the brand new head coach, because you usually know they're out the door the next year anyway, which then usually hinders the incoming rookies that they got a hold of in year 2. And it's that slippery slope of what we saw with Eberflus. So many, I guess, these first round guys that their coach got fired mid-season because they should have been fired 6 months prior. So, Gannon, give him one more year. I say give him one more year just to see what he actually can do with that, with the defense. Give him his 4th full year, but with the intentions of like we can probably clean house after next season.
Other news: Steelers have great optimism. Aaron Rodgers will play in Week 13. Brother, just whatever feeds DK the ball. I don't care. This is annoying. Like,
dude, DK has become one of the most inefficient players over the last several weeks. I don't even know what to do. I've found myself sitting him in like wide receiver heavy lineups that I have. Just, I drafted 5 or 6 wide receivers that are doable, and he finds his way on the bench more times than not this year.
I traded a 1st round pick for him in Dynasty in a single quarterback league, so I really need him to pan out.
Yeah, I got him in one of my better leagues. I kind of got him in a bunch trade, and I was like, all right, cool. This is a lot better than what I had. I feel like I made a pretty lateral move, and then the contract. But yeah, he will be. You can't really like just move him because everybody's going to expect you to move him. But it's one of those like sneaky moves. How can I try and force him into a trade with something else?
Yeah, and then we were talking about the Cardinals, but the Cardinals look to increase Michael Wilson's role. So, 20 targets, please.
Yeah, no
greatest pickup of the offseason.
Yeah, do you think do you still think he's going to be like the 3rd target on that team, like behind Marvin Harrison Jr., or do you think he's going to be competing?
I don't know if Marvin plays. I generally don't think Marvin plays again this week.
Well, I guess when he does come back.
If he does come back, like I could see it just muddying the waters where you start Wilson, you start Marvin, but Trey McBride's still the alpha of the group, and then you're just like really hoping for crumbs from that afterwards.
Yeah. We got Galaxy coming back in here. It's Kamara's injury season ending. Feels like Dobbins' injury.
They haven't said IR. They have not said anything about IR. I think he misses this week for sure. Devin Neal should be someone if you want to pick him up. Brian is not about spending the rest of your FAAB on him. He's about $1 or $2. I think, again, this is a starting running back again. Like Emmanuel Wilson was if you dumped all your FAAB, you're not upset about it. Like, do I think Devin Neal does what Emmanuel Wilson does? No, but I think he could, get you, 10 points.
70-80% of Emmanuel Wilson, sure. I guess I want to add him, but like I said, it's not one of those ones where like my last bit of, I guess it depends how much FAAB you have. If you got 50-60 and you're hoarding it for whatever reason, I'm not trying to dump all of it on him.
Just look at your league and just see how much FAAB everybody else has and then just beat everybody else by that much. So
Because it's juicy. It's Miami, it's Tampa, Carolina, the Jets, and Tennessee. It's like a great remaining schedule. But Kamara, MCL sprain. If that takes him out 2 weeks, that puts him coming back week 15-ish. He's 30 years old. I don't know why they don't shelf him. If they have any expectation for him next year, he's still in the books. He's going to be pricey. I think they should shelf him.
Yeah. Oh boy. Next one, South Sea 7765. Would you start Jamo this week, or is he too risky?
Yes and no.
Yeah, I think I would start Jameson. Like he didn't have a single catch last week, and I know they were struggling against the Giants, which is crazy to say, but it's a rival game. I think they're at home. I'm always going to start Jamo. He's too good. Not like it just sucks if he gets 21 points and he's on your bench. You're going to be really upset. And I think that's what he's capable of. And I play to win, so I'm going to start a guy I think that can win me the week.
Well, I guess South, hit us up with who else you have. Like, what are our options there?
Yeah.
Let's find the line for you. Marvin Harrison's out. Are you playing Michael Wilson or Jameson Williams?
I don't know. Michael Wilson has been just on another level, and like it's been consistent. So if he's out again, I know it's Michael Wilson as like the number 2 in that offense of a pass-heavy offense, and no Trey Benson on top of that. Yeah, it's Michael Wilson. It's not close.
Jameson Williams or Justin Jefferson against Seattle?
Oh, Jamo. Because actually, hold on, hold on.
There it is.
I need it. It's funny enough because I can't say because 9 isn't playing. Thank God. Sorry, it sounds mean, but
I forgot about that. That's right. We get Bosner. Is that his name?
Yeah, Bosmer or something like that. Someone said something on the internet's undefeated when it comes to being mean. So let me tell you this. The quote I got from someone said, JJ McCarthy plays football like the way a bowling ball would swim. Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh shit.
Sal says, sorry, here he said Tyler Wilson, Pearsall, BTJ if he plays. Yeah, no, I'm going Jamo over all of those guys.
Yeah.
Oh, Tyler Warren.
Ooh, I think Tyler Warren is more of like the floor play and Jamo is the ceiling play.
Yeah.
Pearsall, BTJ. Yeah, I think it'd just be those other two that I'm looking at as far as Jamo and Tyler Warren.
Yeah.
Jason, what you got for us?
Sorry. How much FAAB do we spend on Neal and Rodriguez? Also, are people like Yoshi and DK keepers? Even if I'm not planning to start none of them, maybe we play keep away from others.
I think Yoshivasa would just have this 1 week's appeal to it. Like after this week, I imagine we get T. Higgins back. But I don't know. Like DK just seems like if I need to play, I'd pick him up. But outside of if I don't need like a plug-in, I just don't know if I'm looking to pick him up.
I don't think Yoshi, DK, or keepers in a keeper league, to be honest with you. Like it's just not even a thought. I think you might have better keepers to look at, Jason. I'd be very curious to see like your roster, and I can probably pick out a ton more than I would be able to for DK and Yoshivas.
I think it's just keep away, not like a keepers in a keeper league.
I don't even think they're with keep aways though.
Yeah.
I don't even think they're like even like a thought process. Like Neal and Rodriguez, I mean, I do a couple percent on both those guys. If you really need Neal or Rodriguez, like you need a starter, then yeah, you go for it. You spend your entire FAAB like you need to, because again, this is the playoffs. You have 2 weeks left, so that's what I'd go for.
Yeah, if you've got 15 or less, I've got no problem dropping it all on them. But, if you're still up in there in that 30, 40, somewhere in that range, check out the needs of your teams. Everybody else drop, anywhere from like 3 to 8, something like that. But definitely both worth owning. We just talked about Rodriguez having an amazing schedule going forward.
Yeah.
And Neal.
Galaxy Pickers, waiver wire options are DK, Hodgins, Mechie, and Burden. Who are you going with based on priority? It's Mechie for me. Like it sounds so stupid to say, but he's the wide receiver 1 of the Jets until Garrett Wilson comes back.
Is it bad that I like A.D. Mitchell more than Mechie?
It's not bad. I think it's a bias because you're a Colts fan. Like I liked him too, but after just watching the games, like it's Mechie. I don't think it's.
Well, I think it's a ceiling floor conversation for me because like if you look at the air yards, it is all on AD Mitchell. Like the deep balls, his ADOT is so much deeper than Mechie. Mechie's all just quick, short stuff, which works. It's fine. But like AD Mitchell was just so close to bringing down a couple more, which would have completely changed the outlook of his day. Now we're saying that, 3 weeks now with him? But I don't know. I just feel like it's just a very low floor as far as what you're looking at with Mechie and AD Mitchell. Dude's got a separation. Like the dude separates. He gets downfield. It's just not coming together. So I don't know. Maybe
it's not hitting his hands and putting them together to catch the ball and then running with the football. Yeah. So that's the other parts of being a wide receiver that he doesn't really do well at.
I'm with Reggie Wayne with him. I'm just trying to stick up for my boy.
Yeah, I get that. I know. I'm saying Mechie. I do like DK. DK is just a floor play for me. Like Mechie just is a ceiling play. Like I'm playing to win, so I'm gonna pick up Mechie. Burden, I take that back. Burden, if you're like not needing to start someone, and you're just looking to someone to grab and hold on to, and just kind of wait and see for a couple more weeks, Burden is the one I would actually hold. But if you need to start someone, it's Mechie for me.
When it gets to the playoffs, I think Burden would be the one I'm most excited to play over the rest of these guys.
Yeah,
the rest of them feel like it's almost like a fear play. Like I'm sticking them in because I know they're going to give me a few points. Burden, though, like we're seeing the transition there. We're seeing Burden take over Zacchaeus. We're seeing Loveland take over Komet. We're seeing the running back swap it up a little bit after this past week. So there is a youth movement happening in Chicago.
There is, because Loveland's getting that run too. Jason, set my lineup this week. Oh boy. Let's do it here. 1 QB, 2 running back, 3 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 2 flex. Okay, so we have options at a lot of spaces here. So Burrow, Jones, Dak, and Brisket. Who are we starting here?
Man.
I'm gonna say Jones is out for me. Danny Dimes is playing Houston, so I'm the first one I'm not even gonna bother with.
They haven't allowed a single quarterback performance.
Yeah. Do I want to start Joe Burrow coming back off an injury in a division game on Thursday night and be bummed? Same with Dak too. It's Thursday too, man.
I have Dak and Burrow back-to-back 8 and 9, and then I've got Brissett at 13 right now in my rankings.
I'm going to say Dak. I'm going to say Dak.
I think I'm going to play Dak as well. At home
running
on Turkey Day.
Yeah, it's going to be a bad Thanksgiving. You have a lot of Thanksgiving pieces here. But all right, let's just do this out of the way though. So running backs, it's Saquon and Javonte for sure in your RB1, RB2. Let's go your wide receivers, Chase, Nico, Sutton, London, DK, Terry. So I'm going to go Chase, Nico, Sutton, just because London might not play. DK, I'd rather start Sutton over DK. That's not saying a whole lot, unfortunately. Your tight end is Kittle, so that's easy. Now you need 2 flex play between Hampton. Well, if Hampton plays, I'm starting Hampton and Kyron. I'd go Kyron and Hampton as my 2 flex.
Yeah, I agree with that. And if London plays, I'd swap out London for Kyron, I guess.
Who do the Rams play?
Huh?
Who do the Rams play?
Rams play Carolina.
You can run on them, can't you? I feel like
you can run on them. They're not great against the quarterbacks and wide receivers. They keep in check a bit more.
If you play Brock Purdy, just throws the other team. Yeah.
But I guess depending on what happens with Javonte and Saquon. Saquon has been an RB2 as of late, and Javonte, he gets the Chiefs. It's not an easy matchup. If he doesn't get in the end zone, you might be disappointed. So play both of those guys. If you don't get quite the ceiling that you thought you were going to get, that's when I'm going to be looking to work London into my lineup over, I think, Kyron.
Saquon gets Chicago. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Yeah.
Or is it over Hampton? You want to play Kyron or Hampton? If you have to choose between the two of them.
I mean, I'm going to go Hampton.
Yeah, against Vegas. It seems like
a better it's just Vegas. That's one reason why they're just so bad.
Oh, another one? Though, man. Hell of a team.
Yeah. Set my lineup this week. All right, we got another one. 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 3 wide receiver. Same concept. Okay, so we have – all right, so Bo Nix is out for me. Sorry, it ain't happening. I'm not even going to – Jackson Dart, Joe – I'm assuming Burrow, right? We're on the same page there. Or Joe. Is there another Joe?
Flacco.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I think it's Burrow. And Trevor. So I'm going to go – I'm going to go Dart.
Joe.
Yeah. But like, I can't be mean. Hold on, let me pick this back. I hate Bo Nix, but like he is playing the Commanders and they are bad.
Yeah, I got Bo Nix at 11 this week.
Where do you have Dart? 10?
I've got him at 18, but that's just because I wasn't sure if he was actually in or not.
You
I
said
was
Joe
just
Burrow. Okay.
yeah, ugh. So I'd probably go Dart.
I'm gonna go Dart too.
Yeah. Joe Burrow.
Problem with your running backs here is I don't think Genty plays this week.
You don't think he plays?
I don't know. They're saying he's dealing with an injury, and also we know that Pete Carroll lies about injuries. He says that they're not hurt, but they're actually going to retire the next day.
He's saying it's not severe, but take that for what it is.
If Genty plays, I would say Genty. Yeah. And then it's between Warren and Cook. I'm assuming it's James Cook, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, so there's Genty and Cook as your running backs. Let's go wide receivers here. So St. Brown's easy. Waddle's easy for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go St. Brown, Waddle, then Ladd for my wide receivers. Then you have 2 flex spots.
That'd be Rico and Warren.
And then your tight end is Ertz, Theo, Waller. I would if you're gonna start Dart, I'm gonna start Theo.
I'm okay with that. Because honestly, probably Theo and Waller. I'm probably looking at Ertz at this point is just it's not what we got last year.
What? Because he had double-digit points prior to that with Theo. Before he got hurt with the concussion. So
yeah, that hook and ladder play.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Theo Johnson's done pretty well with Jackson Dart. Hasn't been great, but like giving you fringe tight end 1 numbers, not exactly going to kill you. Dallas Goedert against Chicago. Yeah, I don't know.
I got one more team fellas in 3 leagues.
Throw them at us. That's what we're here for. Setting lineups. As far as other pickups, we talked about Yoshi Voss, DK, Mechie, Jaden Higgins. Does he fall in that like Luther Burden category for you? Not necessarily picking him up to starting him immediately, but just intrigued to see what's going forward with the youth movement there in Houston.
I guess my question is like, are you under the assumption that CJ Stroud starts? I guess that's where I'm going to be with you. Do you think Stroud starts against the Colts?
I think so. I like everything they've said that is like he will be the starter once he's back. He has missed 3 games?
Yes, he got injured in the Denver game, and he's missed Jacksonville, Tennessee, and Buffalo.
So yeah, I imagine he's back. I imagine he starts. The Colts, you can throw on him, you can pass on him. So
I think for me it's weird because like you see the game. Obviously he's a rookie, so sometimes it takes guys to come into fruition. But like previously, like 4 points, 3 points, a point, 8 was his best. 1 with Stroud, 11 with San Francisco, and then 5, 0, 0 again, and then with Long Neck, it's been 12, 7, 11. So I'm gonna go with no on Higgins just because I think it's I do think quarterback play matters, and I just think it's not working with him and Stroud at this very moment until I see. At least a couple more weeks together and they've done something.
Well, I guess, would you rather own DJ Moore or Jaden Higgins rest of the season?
DJ Moore.
Really?
Just better play caller, better offense. I think that's the reason why.
Jordan Higgins Jordan Addison or Jalen Higgins.
Okay, again, we're talking about the 9 playing quarterback who has been so bad. Yeah, it's Higgins for sure.
Okay, just wanted to see where that line was for him.
When you're ranked the 2nd lowest quarterback ever, and Jamarcus Russell is your competition, I'm going to go with the other side of that coin.
Yeah, I was blown away with how like deep one of the whatever the stats. I think it was out of 800 some quarterbacks that somebody was like comparing him to, and I was like, that's crazy because we had to listen to Anthony Richardson hate all last season as Colts fans.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that like he was taken in the 1st round was just really weird because a lot of scouts said he was like a day 2, day 3 pick. There was games where Harbaugh didn't let him throw the football. Like he threw 10 times in the national championship game and they still won by 20 points. Like He was surrounded by just an elite, talented team. That's why he looked good.
I mean, but he's going to the Vikings. Not to say the Vikings are elite, but it's a near elite defense. Offensive line is average to above average. Two of the better wide receivers in the league.
I think Kevin O'Connell is arguably a top 5 coach, but sometimes you just can't fix everything. Like he did all he could with like Josh Dobbs. Like he got the most out of him, and then you finally saw like his flaws, and it was like, all right, they caught up to it. Like again, I could definitely see Jameis Winston being a very hot commodity this offseason.
Yeah, the quarterback movement is going to be fun this offseason. What do we have?
Jason, set my lineup again. All right, I got you, brother. One quarterback between Nix, Purdy, Burrow, Trevor, and Brissett. Your running backs are Rico, Hampton, Vidal, Monangai, Knight, Tootin, Pollard, Stevenson, Neal. All right, so your running backs are a little weak there. And then wide receivers are Puka, Nico, Tet, Robinson, Shakir, Ricky, and then Tyler Warner, tight end. I'll let you start it off with the quarterback.
Dang, quarterback, it's between Burrow and Brissett for me. Like, are you willing to roll the dice with Burrow? Yeah, that's who I got ranked higher. Then put him out there. If not, I guess I'm going Brissett.
I think I'm gonna go. Oh god, this is great. I'm gonna go Bo Nix because Purdy plays Cleveland, so I'm out on that. Like, it's just not even a thought.
I've got him at 20. Yeah, Bo Nix. I've got him at 11, 2 spots below Joe Burrow.
I might go Bo just because they're playing the Commanders, and like if he can't just look good against the Commanders, I think it's gonna be a bad time for just Denver in general.
I think that's the safer one for me. Just because Joe Burrow is coming off the injury, primetime game, divisional game, still the Bengals. Running backs, we got 2 here, so it's going to be Rico and Hampton. I think no question
easily
for those 2. 3 wide receivers, we're going Puka, Nico and Tet.
Yeah, that's pretty easy. Now
tight end is Tyler Warren, perfect.
Yeah.
Then 2 flex. I think Wan'Dale Robinson is the most obvious starting off with the flex here for me.
Yeah. I would say if there is no Trey Benson, I would pick Bam Knight. Bam Knight's just been on the field, and he's been pretty decent with them.
That's the second flex for me. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, because I know Michael Carter's there, but Bam Knight's the goal line back. They're not afraid to run the ball 3 times in the goal line. So I would say Bam Knight. Who does Buffalo play?
Trey Benson. They play Pittsburgh.
How do they do against slot receivers?
They traditionally have been horrible. Like going back decades, they are horrible against slot receivers. So I think if you're not putting in Bam Knight, it would probably be Shakir and then Ricky just below Shakir because
Ricky did get a ton of targets and he got a couple in the end zone that were picked off, unfortunately. But
2 of the 3 interceptions that Purdy threw last night.
Dude, that's bad. Also, I'm out on Bryce Young. I'm officially done. Like last night was like, all right, I'm a deciding factor of where I'm at with Bryce Young. I'm out. Like, dude, just so like you can say it's play calling too. Like, I don't know why you're going to play action pass on the first down with Rico in the backfield and throw a pick. Like, I'm just out on Bryce Young though. I think he's going to be a great career backup.
Yeah, because he'll never stand in the way of the starter. You won't be able to, block him.
Yep.
Yeah, we had 448 passing yards last week for Bryce Young, and then last night we had 169, 124, 102, 138, 199, 198, 150. One of these things is not like the others.
Mm-hmm.
And it was that game against Atlanta. Goodness. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think Bryce Young's going to be a franchise guy.
I feel like Purdy, Ricky, Danny Dimes are auto sits for me in my league since they're playing Browns and Texans. Yeah,
Yeah.
Like when I have to look at my opponent and they're now playing the Browns and Texans, I'm just like, great, this is going to be a fun one.
As in, we're going to have fun watching them on the bench and hoping they don't piss us off too much by going off.
Yeah, seriously.
Crazy. What other? I'm trying to look at some waiver stuff here. Loveland, Waller, Strange, Gesicki. Rank those tight ends for me.
Loveland, Waller, Strange, Gesicki. I think Loveland's one. I think just the progression of what's happening in that Chicago offense, they're starting to utilize him more. Strange, like, I don't know. It's just, I think he's just whatever. I think it's just like he could be tight end 1 or he could also be tight end 3. I mean, legitimately. Waller's playoff run is nice.
It is very nice.
So I would say Waller's 2 for me. And who is the 4th option?
Gesicki.
Gesicki's 3. You could swap Waller and Gesicki for me, honestly, though. But I like Loveland the most.
I think all of the guys except Gesicki have future usage as well. Gesicki, it's just one of those. T. Higgins is out. Gesicki's in was the play last year. So we'll see that. What about Taysom Hill? We're talking about Devin Neal. We're talking about picking up him. I mean, he led the team in rushes last week. Taysom Hill did.
This is true. I definitely think he can be utilized a lot more in the run game going forward. I don't know how. What's his name? The head coach of Saints? It's Moore, right?
Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore. Jeez, I just always think of Boise State. I just want to keep saying Boise State every time for him. Yeah. I just think it's gonna be a muddy backfield with Neal. Like if I had to pick between Neal and Rodriguez, though, like I'm gonna pick Rodriguez. Like
I think
Jason asked, like besides Neal and either waiver wires we should target, we were just talking about Samson, Rodriguez, Carter, Mechie, Dort, Yoshi, DK. Even if I don't see myself starting any of them, maybe just try to keep away. I could see Samson start to be utilized more in that Cleveland offense.
Same. I think as far as longevity, it's going to be Samson, Rodriguez, and Mechie for me.
Yes.
All the other guys seem more like just 1 week fill-ins for me. I guess
because when Marvin comes back, Dortch is irrelevant, I feel like.
Yeah. I guess really just check out your matchup this week and then scroll into next week. See what your matchup next week looks like. What is that? What is that owner going to need? Are they going to need to fill in? Because next week we do have buys. We got 4 bye weeks coming up, so more plug and play will happen next week rather than you're seeing this week. So I just look at that. But like ultimately, I'd much rather have Blake Corum on my roster than playing keep away with Greg Dortch. I'd much rather have Tank Bigsby on my team than playing keep away with a DK.
I would rather have like, crazy as it is, like Amir Abdullah from the Colts. Like if Jonathan Taylor goes down, like I feel like I know it sounds horrific to say, but like you want to own that just the beast of the backup, I guess, so to speak, because that's where I really want to target something like that, just where it's. I'm trying to think of another name too besides like JT, like James Cook, like who's.
That one's hard for me. Like the Abdullah, Goodson, Giddens. I think it's going to be a healthy amount of all three, which makes me want to leave on Giddens, just being the younger, possibly most explosive. But that one's hard for me. Ray Davis for the Bills.
Yeah.
We've seen him plug in great. You just brought up James Cook. I think that's a great call out there.
I'm trying to think of another name too of like
Kenneth Gainwell. I don't know if we brought him up.
No, we haven't brought his name up at all. But like Kenneth Gainwell would be someone I'd want to own.
I think he's going to get closer to a 50-50 share as we go on. Like he deserves
a random name. You ready for a random name? Brooks, the backup for Cincinnati.
Taj Brooks.
No Samaje P. Ryan. It's just if Chase Brown goes down, that's it.
That's 6th round pick out of Texas Tech.
Yeah. That's someone who I'm just like, it's a random name, but no one owns him. But guess what? If he goes down, you own him. Like I looked in my league, someone owns Devin Neal. I'm just like, are you kidding me?
What about Keaton Mitchell?
That's a name I'd like to own too. Yeah, I think he's actually been like he's on the goal line. I feel like not the goal line, but he's in the red zone. I feel like quite a bit.
Way more work than I would have guessed, just as far as the overall usage there in those situations. But the dude's yard per carry is like insane. Very, very small sample size, but 5.7, 7.7, 10.7 this year.
Mm-hmm.
And like over a career before his big injury 2 years ago, they were talking about him in the same breath as Devon Achane just because of his yards per touch. Like his rookie year was 8.43 on 47 attempts. Like that's not a small sample size. It is in comparison to a whole season, but like 47 touches and you maintained 8.43 yards per carry. Yeah.
Craig says hi.
What's happening, Craig?
Do you think Drake London will be back this week?
Hope he's back this week, yes.
Where is he at for you in the rankings then? I'm very curious because like let's play the game of who would I rather start besides Drake London. I like this game.
I guess a lot of it depends on whether or not he, I'm trying to find.
If he's playing, I'll go into the assumption of he's playing this week. Who would I rather play?
Oh, buddy. You got the
How low
Jets
do you
this
have
week.
him?
I'm trying to find him. Do I even have him ranked? I might not even have him on my rankings right now.
Oof.
I don't know. Like
I'd rather play Devonta Smith and Drake London. How about that? I'll start there.
Against Chicago, yeah, I would do that. Zay Flowers or Drake London.
Against Cincinnati, I think I'm going to go say Flowers.
Michael Wilson with no Marv.
Michael Wilson.
Justin Jefferson or Drake London.
Both are in very bad situation. You know what? I'm going to go with the better talent. I'm going to go with Justin Jefferson. I think Kevin O'Connell will get into Boomerman's head and just be like, give the ball to 18 for the love of God.
Christian Watson or Drake London.
I'll go Drake London because Christian Watson plays the very beginning morning game, and I just don't want to be bummed at like lunchtime on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'd go with you there. I like the London over Watson. Cortland Sutton or Drake London.
You say Cortland Sutton?
Yeah.
I'll say Sutton because he's playing the command. If there's ever a time for Cortland Sutton to be something, it is Sunday night against the damn Commanders. He said, how about Troy Franklin? Oh, that's a name. I'll let you play that one. I'm not playing this one. You like Troy Franklin. I don't, so.
Yeah, I mean, if Drake London's out there, yeah, I'll play him over Troy Franklin, but I'm scrolling here trying to see where I have Franklin.
Dude, his target share is insane. 10, 8, 10, 9, 8 over the last 5 weeks of play for Troy Franklin.
I've got Troy Franklin at wide receiver 24 right now. I have him one spot ahead of Roma Dunze. Is that crazy?
Dude, he's the number 2. Cortland Sutton, 10, 6, 6, 4, 8.
It's a great matchup against Washington.
A Sutton owner. I'm just so upset.
What do you say? Craig's, I got a tough one. My other wide receiver's out. No T. Higgins. Dang. Yeah, I've got Franklin as the top 24 wide receiver this week. I don't currently have London in my rankings, which I'm going to take as an easy out because I don't know where I'm going to have him at this point. Oh, man. Would you rather play Emeka Egbuka or with a banged up Baker or Troy Franklin?
I think Troy Franklin. And that just sounds gross when I say it.
It does. We're not even to the playoffs yet. We're already like disgusting territory as far as some of these players.
Yeah.
Michael Pittman against Houston. How are you viewing him this week?
Like a flex. That's where I kind of view him at as like a big flex play. Like I can't put him at wide receiver 2, but I can put him like in the flex spot. Like I feel like he's a 3.
Yeah, 3 with upside. Found the end zone this past week. God, that game against Houston. Folks, we're Colts fans here, and we're not feeling great about playing Houston twice, Jacksonville twice. What is it, San Francisco and Seattle in there too?
No, our 6 games are just tough. It's all winning teams.
Yeah, we're not used to that, okay? Like the beginning of this season, we played a bunch of shit.
I know. Why can't we do this at the end of the season and play all the shit games?
Yeah. Not going to be great. Defensive streamers. You want to get down and dirty with that?
Yeah, let's go look at what I have availability in some of my leagues. So it's if I could stream this week. Let's go to defense.
No problem, Greg. Here to help you out. Appreciate you hanging out with us.
Chargers against the Raiders. I think I'd lean towards that.
Yeah, same. I've got them up there. I've got number 3 this week.
Dolphins versus the Saints. That's kind of interesting. I kind of want to stay away from that. I can see the play though.
I'm having to play them in a couple leagues because like defenses are picked up for whatever reason.
I know on the other side of it, it's Cleveland versus San Francisco, but San Francisco defense versus Shador Sanders, I would actually be interested in too.
Yeah, which one do you like more, San Francisco or Cleveland?
I like Cleveland.
I've got them back-to-back 10 and 11 in my ranks because I don't know which.
I don't want to sound, I guess, like a homer, but like the Colts defense is actually really good. It's just they were on the field a ton. That's why it looks bad. But they actually the metrics were actually really good for the team. So, and Houston has a terrible offensive line. So I'm very curious how this game will go.
Yeah, that one should be one of the better 1:00 games. Jacksonville against Tennessee. Cam Ward's looking better and better each week, but the team overall is still subpar. So I think Jacksonville, they find a way to get the quarterback to find turnovers. So I think they're a great.
What about Atlanta and the Jets? Like either, I guess you can start either defense. I kind of like Atlanta, honestly.
Yeah, just the way they get after the quarterback. Tyrod's old. This team's depleted. Brees Hall's ready to move on. Philly against Chicago. Philly kind of collapsed last week against the Cowboys.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to start Philly or Chicago. Obviously, Chicago's defense I wouldn't want to start either. But Philly, I could see them having a good game defensively and making Caleb's life miserable. But I could also see them, they're down by a couple touchdowns and then just getting junk time and it just kind of ruins it a little bit. I could see them getting a couple sacks here and there, but I don't see it being like a pick six type.
Question: who would you rather have rest of season, Zay Flowers or the Eagles defense?
Zay Flowers. What did the Eagles defense play in the playoff? What are you trying to insinuate here?
I'm just asking. I have a Grand Theft Auto League, and the team I beat was absolute shit. And those were the best two options I had to choose from. It was either one of those two or like Jackson Dart, and I already have Drake May and Daniel Jones.
I'd take Jackson Dart.
I've already got Drake May, though. I'm not playing Dart over May.
I know, but like you want to get rid of his quarterback, so he doesn't have a quarterback.
He already has a quarterback, and he's not going to the playoffs, so it wasn't.
Oh, so he's irrelevant then. Yeah, I'd take Zay Flowers. I'd just take another like a fringe wide receiver too.
Because I've had T Higgins stolen from me, I've had Michael Pittman stolen from me, and I've had Jalen Waddle stolen from me. So like, yeah, bleeding at wide receiver.
So then you need Zay Flowers.
But do I really want the wide receiver 30, 21, 30, 33, 28? Like he's not winning me anything.
Yeah, but he's a flex play.
I guess. And I just got the Browns defense. So I was like, I really don't need Philly, but it's like, I was like, is this more insulting? Like, does this insult him more if I take his defense, like saying none of your players are good?
Yeah, it's like when you go and pick him up and then you just put in like their nicknames. Like I had to pick him up because your team's so bad.
I stole AJ Brown from a guy a couple weeks ago. Immediately put him on the trade block as soon as I stole him because I'm like, I don't need him. I'm good. Proceeded to lose 3 wide receivers.
My little my guillotine league, I'm still in it, so this is the farthest I've ever made it in a guillotine league, so I'm having fun with it. Each week that's been eliminated, or the guy who's about to get eliminated, I always put like I put players' new home on my team. So like this week it was Jackson Dart's and needed a quarterback. I was like Jackson Dart's new home. The previous week it was like AJ Brown. I was like AJ Brown's new home. Just been doing this it's been pissing people. It's funny to me though.
Oh, absolutely. I know
I get eliminated. Someone's just going to put Jonathan Taylor, Devon Achane, just whatever, just to make fun of me. So,
oh yeah. I've got one shop league that I'm still alive in, and it's gonna be interesting. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, and Brock Bowers are all hitting waivers tonight.
Yeah, I think for mine it's like the biggest piece of it is on his team would be, I guess, Bucky, Omarion, and Rico. And then his wide receivers were Devontae and T. Higgins. So nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy. But it's wild to me, like the thought of once you get to the final 2-3 weeks that you could be letting Justin Jefferson sit on the waiver wire because there's a better strategic play. Just like nobody can have all of these players on your lineup.
It's like 3 years ago, like Gabe Davis was like a great play for Buffalo down that stretch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm I've got guys like Montgomery I'm about to drop in my chop league because I've got better options.
Yeah, there's better options on mine too. Yeah.
Well, you just think that like a household name like that would not be hitting the waiver wire this time of year, but crazy stuff, folks. If you don't
Ken
play,
Walker's still available in my leagues. Like he hasn't yet been picked up.
It's insulting. Yeah, folks. If you haven't played anything other than redraft, I implore you to check it out. Whether it be dynasty, if you don't want the full commitment, chop leagues are great because once you're out of them, you're done. So if you overcommit and are in too many leagues like I did, I got chopped in like 6 of them. So I've got 6 less waivers to fill out each week. So yeah, definitely check it out. Scoring settings, league size, it doesn't freaking matter as long as you customize them correctly.
Would you ever, after like 1 or 2 weeks, dump your entire FAAB on one player?
In a chop league?
Yes.
I have once, but that was because I was literally going to lose. Like I had no shot. I had to dump everything that week to just stay alive, and it didn't work out.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a strategy galore. We should probably do a couple episodes on that next August, talking about the strategy going into Guillotines.
There's been a big debate between us with a few friends of mine because he was like, well, if I didn't have Jamar Chase, I would have lost. And I'm just like, yeah, but now you don't have any FAAB, so now you're still in this process of just the bottom feeders of all the waiver wires.
Yeah, I try to sneak out. I go completely safe picks. You know, like I started off with Amon Ra and JSN because I'm like, all right, look, they're going to get fed the ball, lots high floor each week. Thankfully, they've done way better than I expected.
Yeah,
but,
seriously. Let me just list the 2 best wide receivers possible.
Yeah, I know. But, it's just one of those, like, they were going later because they were the flashier names. And I was like, well, let me not take a volatile wide receiver. Let me take a high floor. Because that's all you really need the first 5-6 weeks is just a good floor.
Mm-hmm.
Jason, coming back at us, man. What did you got for us? We're ready. My record's 10-2. 10-2, and still need to go 1-1 to get the bye. 8-14, we need to go 2-0 for a bye. But I got so many week 14 buys. Shake my head. And my 6-6 leagues need to go 1-1 to get in the playoffs. That's not bad. It's rough. You're having to compete that hard for a first round bye.
Yeah, 10-2, and you're still not sure if you get a bye is crazy. I feel like if you're 10-2, you should kind of locked it up. I mean, you just got to win once, so that's fine. 8-4, need to go 2-0 for a bye. Asking a lot. And then the 6-6 leagues, you just got to win once, man. It looks like, Jason, honestly, it sounds like you're going to make the playoffs in all your leagues. So,
yeah, that's a slam dunk right there. I don't think I have any teams with double-digit wins right now.
No, I don't.
Most of my leagues, I don't know if there are very many 10-win teams right now. Like, there's a lot of the 8-4s and 7-5s, 6-6s. I feel like in most of my leagues, which is annoying as hell.
You want to know what's so frustrating in my main league? My division. So we have 4 divisions of 3 teams each in it. So there's 6. It's a 12-man league. My division has the best record, the most points, and the second most points. I have the most points. I still have the best team because I am 7-5 with the most points scored.
Jeez.
The dude who has the least points scored against is 8-4 in my division, and the dude below me who has a most ridiculous team, mind you, it's Jonathan Taylor, Saquon Barkley, and then I'll have Amari and Hampton in the flex with Puka as his wide receiver 1. Yeah, it's nightmare.
That's why we love fantasy.
Legitimate
football.
Nightmare. Yeah.
It's
Jason asks, how many leagues do you guys usually do? I usually only do 2, but this year I did 3. I think it's a sweet spot. It's a full-time job. LMAO.
Yeah.
Jason, you really want to know how many leagues I'm in?
Yeah, I was gonna say I've been at 20 for the last 2 years, and it's
probably
now granted this year I think what I have 6 of them were chopped leagues, so that was kind of nice. I trimmed down so many of my dynasty leagues. I got rid of 5 dynasty leagues this offseason because I'm like, I'm done. The COVID fad of us blowing up doing all these startups was cool, but like I had to trim that down. So I've only got like 4, I think, now.
Yeah. For me, I'm in a few dynasties where like they just asked me to fill in and they paid for my league dues because they just know I'll like take care of the roster or whatever the case may be. So like I'm in a few of those leagues for friends, but then like 7 or 8 dynasties and then like a couple chopped leagues, and then the only league I didn't do this year that I always like doing with friends is an auction league. I always try to do one auction. It's just so much fun, especially with friends.
I did one. I haven't set my lineup in like 4 weeks in it because it's my only ESPN league. I refuse to do it, but it was at the NFL Expo or the Fantasy Football Expo, and I got invited to be in it, and I couldn't say no. So I was like, sure, I'll be in it.
ESPN leagues. So
I got 3 Yahoo leagues. I'm furious about it. But yeah, about 20 leagues. It is a full-time, like, I got to spend at least 20, 30 minutes every Tuesday night sitting there fast as I can going through all my lineups, getting stuff. But luckily, dynasty leagues, you don't really have to do waivers a whole hell of a lot. Chop leagues are time-consuming. There to put in the different variations of it. But my way I look at it is if you play one league and you get absolutely screwed by injuries, you're not going to like fantasy football. Because then you have to wait a whole nother year. So if you're playing in 2 to 3 leagues, I think it gives you a little bit more variables as far as like getting that figured out.
20, Jesus Christ, said to myself 3 max. I don't have multiple guys, same leagues, or injuries, but can go both ways. If you have CMC or you're golden. Hey man, it's funny enough, in a lot of those leagues, I do own CMC because again, I play to win. Like I'll be last or I'll be first. I don't want to play for 6. Like CMC's a guy who's going to win you a league. Like, but also on the other end, like I'm trying to think of a player who I drafted that I was like super high on that really burned me. Like I'm trying to think of the name like that. Like because I went CMC. I have a ton of CMC and Jacobs. Like that's a lot of how I started off with my drafts.
Yeah, I've got a lot of JSN and a lot of Drake London was my second pick. I think those were my two most popular. I actually don't have a single Jonathan Taylor share this year. Like just where I drafted,
I didn't get him either. Only in best ball.
So I'm kind of surprised by it. But yeah, 20 leagues, it's a lot. It's
yeah,
it's a pain. Full-time job. It's an addiction. I can say that. But we got a problem. We got a problem. Jason, we can't thank you enough for hanging out with us. Craig, South, all the rest of you, we can't thank y'all for hanging out with us. This was awesome. Make sure you come back to us every single Wednesday here, 3 o'clock Eastern, Walking the Wire. We'll be back for Week 14. Check out the video tomorrow. We've got the start sit here on the Fantasy Football. Too Much Fantasy Football, the YouTube channel. God, we're on a different channel today, folks. Sorry, it's throwing me a little bit. But yeah, check us out tomorrow. We'll be doing the holiday slate covering all 3 Thursday games and the Friday games, so check that out. Brennan, people looking for more of you. You got any final words? What you got for them?
Nope. Happy Thanksgiving. If you enjoyed turkey, I look at you sideways because I don't. So I'll be eating birria tacos. Can't wait. Have a great it's Week 13 football.
It's booty. It's booty, folks. All that great stuff.
You're a turkey person?
No, I'm not a turkey person, but I'm a gravy person. Turkey is just the shovel that I use to scoop in the gravy and the taters.
How are you not 400 pounds?
I have no idea.
Dude, it's impressive.
It kind of is. Folks, we can't thank you enough. We appreciate you. We'll see y'all next time. Thanks for listening.
Deuces.
We'll see y'all later.